YouTube is Rico, man, and I'm back with another video, man. Y'all see what we got going on. We got the truth why 051 Melly was backdoored at the Chicago party by Tyquan world. Now, before we even get started, man, I just want to say I was recommended the 051 Melly story video, but I looked at the video. It's basically an hour long, so I pretty much tried to find a shorter video, which is this video, because it went from an hour to just 12 minutes. So I said I'd rather react to a 12-minute video rather than a hour video and break that down into parts and stuff like that. So we pretty much gonna get this video and react to what happened and why he was backdoored and stuff like that, what happened to him pretty much at the end of the day. But somebody definitely, like I said, recommended this situation to me and stuff, and I already knew about it, but either way I got recommended it, so I gotta react to it pretty much at the end of the day, because that's what I do YouTube for. I want to bring content that you guys want to see. And for people that's been asking me about music reaction videos, to react to that stuff, I know y'all probably don't be catching me when I say this, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm not reacting to music at the moment right now, just because it's simple fact. Some of the people y'all ask me to react to be having copyright stuff going on, whether it be from their record labels or whoever they publish music through, or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. And I'd rather just avoid music reactions in general until further notice, until stuff get better, or whenever I reach a certain point where I'm able to work with record labels and get them to let me react to music videos and stuff like that by artists and stuff like that. But until that situation presents itself, I'm not reacting to any music by anybody at the moment, so it is what it is. But yeah, man, now back to the regular intro. Y'all know what time it is, man. If you're brand new to the channel, or you've been watching videos on this channel but for some reason are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. And also don't forget to leave a like and comment on this video to help this video get recommended to a larger audience of people, and hopefully bring in new supporters to the channel that'll help us get to 5K, man, because y'all know we are on the grind to 5K. So the more people that come and show support and love and hit that subscribe button, the better. And I mean, we will be hitting that 5K. But other than that, man, y'all know what time it is. Let me start this screen record to get this video started. Got started. Video starting now.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. Go ahead and leave a like right now, man. And I just want to tell you guys, I've been getting a lot of requests from a lot of you subscribers, man, hitting me up on the emails, on the comments, and y'all keep asking the same question, man. Y'all want to know what is the deal with 051 Melly, man. Like, you know, why was he a target at that party, or what was some of the last things that we knew that was running through 051 Melly's mind? Like, did he know, you know, his day was coming? Did he, you know, why was he off guard, bro, like that night at that party? Okay, so first of all, I had already made a video about this with King Low, pretty much breaking it down, the details and the Chirac word in the city about what happened with 051. But 051 Melly, man, had already been, you know, he had already been having some vibes. He's been feeling that his day was coming closer and closer. 051 Melly was, you know, pretty much, he knew his name was getting hotter and hotter day by day, week by week.
And like I said, I got requested to react to this, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I don't know what's 100% truth and facts and stuff like that, so I'm not gonna say I know this for sure is what was going on and stuff like that. From the outside looking in, the way I look at it is pretty much he knew his name was getting hot and stuff like that, and at the end of the day, something pretty much was gonna come into existence and was gonna eventually take his life. But that's the thing, man. I don't care who I am. I'm not even going to acknowledge the facts to the public that I know my name is doing this and that and stuff, because eventually at the end of the day you basically gonna speak that into existence, and that's the one thing you don't ever want to happen is you speak your own death into existence, because we done seen that happen so many times, whether it be music artists or people that was in the streets and something just ultimately did end up happening to them and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that's crazy. And on top of that, they said it was backdoor, so he went to a party. Pretty much, he thought he was basically probably gonna be cool there and stuff because he around his people. But obviously, that wasn't the case because he got backdoored, and it's crazy, man. That's why too, I avoid parties. I don't even go to parties no more, man. I ain't been to a party in probably like 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, just because it is really getting crazy now just by going to a regular party in your neighborhood or wherever the case is and stuff, because you got people that's just you probably don't even know of that probably just on some bullshit, and some people you probably don't even know you got enemies in because they might know about you and what you might have going on and stuff, and you just never know at the end of the day who plotting on you and stuff and want something to happen to you and stuff like that, because there's some people like that out here that you don't even know that possibly might be plotting on you. Because I done had a situation like that where somebody said something to somebody else, and that pretty much got back to me, and that just let me know from the jump, like, all right, then I know how I need to move and make sure I'm watching my surroundings, just because this person didn't tell me personally, they told somebody else, and that person happened to be somebody I knew. So they once they got that word from that person, they pretty much told me what the word was and stuff like that. So, and plus that person that pretty much had whatever type of situation going on with me and stuff, pretty much he was going to the same parties I would be going to and stuff. So I already knew what it was. I'm like, yeah, nah, see, I ain't got time for it. It's like, cause at this point, you ain't really doing nothing for me to make me really want to react anyway. So it's like pretty much it's a when I see you type of thing, pretty much at the end of the day. But other than that, man, y'all just gotta be careful even at parties nowadays, man, because the parties ain't like they used to be and stuff. It's people always gonna have the upper hand on you, because some people I seen back in the days too, back when I was still going, people would pretty much put on flyers or whatever it was going around on social media. Y'all know how y'all was getting the known about the parties that was going down and stuff. People would say such and such having a party at this address, or hit us up for the address, but if we don't rock with you, or if you want some BS and stuff, don't come. And at the end of the day, you see that on the paper, but at the end of the day, you know it's gonna be some people there that's gonna have some type of connection with that person that's hosting a party, where as long as my guys and me get to come in with our poles and stuff, we gonna slide and be cool and stuff like that. But that's realistically not what's gonna happen, because if they see they ops in that party, then something is bound to happen, period. It don't matter if you already told that person beforehand and you was gonna be on some cool shit and be cool and stuff, as long as you got your poles and your guys got their poles and stuff. So at the end of the day, it's a lot of factors into going to parties nowadays, man, because like I said, people want to keep people from bringing guns and violence to the party and stuff, but meanwhile, behind people's backs, they let people that they're really, really cool with come to the party with their guns and stuff, and they really don't hold them accountable to the rules and stuff like that, pretty much at the end of the day. So it's really tricky nowadays going to parties, man. It's simple.
In Chirac, because you know the internet pretty much started exposing.
We made Kajabi for you. You can teach, consult.
All his hits, all his enemies, all the people he clapped at, and yeah.
And before we continue on, I just want to say this little thing. If you know you going to a party or somewhere that's going to be a large gathering, if you know your guys ain't going to be able to have their pose or whatever the case is, or you know you might potentially run into some people you don't like or cool with that really want to see something crazy happen to you for real, I would say just avoid that party, man. Don't even worry about it, because at the end of the day, you know when you see that person, it is what it is outside in the streets and stuff like that. But at a party, you really ain't got no choice but one way in and one way out type of thing. Like you might have one way or two ways in and out, but at the end of the day, at a party like that, you pretty much ain't gonna have enough reaction time to really do much. Because if they already somehow got their guns ready and out on you already, it's pretty much over with from there. You ain't even gonna have time to run or none of that. You just gonna be caught in the fire, and hopefully you able to survive it. And if not, then obviously it is what it is. But yeah, man, just try to avoid the parties if you know you might potentially run into some people you ain't gonna like or whatever the case is. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes where y'all telling people y'all can't bring poles, none of that bullshit to a party, but meanwhile y'all letting some other group of people in with their guns and stuff, and y'all ain't holding them accountable to the rules and stuff. And me personally, I'm just not cool with that type of thing, because you basically saying you don't want nobody there with guns and shit and nothing happening, but meanwhile you got other people that you cool with or whatever the case is, letting them come to the party with their guns and stuff, and letting them pretty much be protected and stuff like that. So stuff like that I'm just not cool with, and 9 times out of 10 something definitely will pop off, and y'all see stuff like this pretty much at the end of the day.
Yeah, man, a lot of these channels on YouTube, a lot of secret blogs that are out there in the web, in the deep web, they pretty much, they put out a lot of information about 051 Melly and his body count, about how many ops he had, who, what the hits were. And so, of course, like 051 Melly, he started finding out about these websites. And it's crazy because, he saw it was like 50,000 views for that video. And most of them, were being shared from the ops to the ops, So 051 Melly was already on his toes, man. He knew his day, he knew he had to be more on alert, bro, when he was out in the streets, He knew. Not just the internet websites or the YouTube videos of the how many bodies or any of the body counts that were leaked on the internet were, pretty much painting a picture of 051 Melly being a dangerous man out here in Chirac. But even the interviews, man, like every time they would interview any 051 member, or when they would interview all of them and they're all in the trap house, they always, pretty much painted the picture as 051 Melly being the strongest arm in the whole squad. Like he was the grave digger, bro. So what do you think, man, when the ops are, sitting at home watching these interviews and, so much love is being shared, and his name is being, ranked up and credited so much about, bodying your own homies, bro. Your cousin, your best friend got bodied by this guy, and you go to interviews and everyone looking at him like, So of course, man, it wasn't just the internet. It was his boys too. If I wanted, man, even the nickname, the grave digger. All that, man, all that has a purpose of why 051 Young Money, Melly knew, he had to be on his eyes open, man, on his toes, man, 10 toes down. You gotta watch out, because people now want that trophy, bro. So that was a big thing about, what caused 051 Melly to see his last day, was he was becoming too popular in the internet, man. He was becoming too popular around Chirac. People were just talking about 051 Melly too much, bro. It's different when you're like a little Durk or Chief Keef, when you become popular, but you're gaining millions of dollars. You can, you're no longer in the hood, man. So you can.
I'll say this because obviously a lot of people listen to this guy and stuff, but here's a real thing, man. You can still do what pretty much 051 Melly was doing. You could be getting interviewed and your guys could be crediting you for having a nickname that has pretty much a backstory to it that pretty much ties bodies to your name and stuff. Durk, Keith, and all of them, they was rapping, dissing and stuff, but the way they moved, they made sure pretty much they was moving the way they needed to survive at the end of the day. It didn't matter if they knew they name was getting hot and how many ops they had. At the end of the day, they just basically did what they had to do to make sure they survived from day to day, pretty much. No matter if they was still in the hood, had the money, or whatever the case is, they pretty much was just making sure they always did the right things. They wasn't getting caught at no parties. I mean, it was situations where Durk got caught at parties or got pretty much came across some ops at a location or whatever and stuff, but ultimately he survived and nothing happened crazy happened to him and stuff like that. Same with Keith, stuff happened at shows or whatever the case was and stuff like that, but obviously he survived and stuff, whatever the case was going on, and pretty much he's still alive to this day. So it's just hella factors, man. That's the only thing, the downside of being somebody in the streets, man. It's so many factors you got to go by and stuff that you got to do to make sure you survive on a day-to-day basis and stuff like that. And even if you want to go to a party and stuff, cool, but at the end of the day, you got to have somebody that's going to go in that party. You got to have somebody that's pretty much not on the level as you as far as your name recognition. Like, if you know your name is hot, you should have somebody that's in the group that nobody really know of but your people, pretty much at the end of the day. Have them go in the party, see who all up in there, because at 9 times out of 10, they know who your ops is, because y'all in the same group, y'all kick it together and stuff 24/7. That person should have been in that party. Check the scenes and make sure it's somebody you trust, because it is people in your own group too that might potentially be plotting on you and you don't even know it. So that's another factor right there. Like I said, it's a lot of factors for somebody in the streets to survive on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, you got ops that's from a whole other side, but low-key you got people that might be on your side hating on you and plotting on you they damn self. So like I said, it's a lot of factors. But back to what I was saying. Have a person that pretty much that you trust, that you 100% know would never try to backdoor you, try to do anything to you, or try to bullshit you, or have anything happen to you, etc., the whole nine. Have that person go in the party, scope the location out. If motherfuckers ain't up in there that you think might be up in there, cool, go ahead. But soon as you still gotta have that person or whoever looking out for you though throughout that whole time you there. So as soon as they see somebody that, oh yeah, this one of them, hey, let me know what's up. All right, cool, we finna bail. Then whatever happens after that, because you already pretty much got the information that you needed to know to make your next move at the end of the day. So after that, it's pretty much on you on what you do and how you do it, and make sure nothing happens to you in that time. But basically what I see is he went to this party and pretty much the ops he didn't even know was probably there or whatever, and then what happened. So that's the way I see it. But I'm gonna see if the rest of this video tells like exactly what went down in that party though, like for sure, see if he had some type of information that it was an op there or what was going on. But the way I seen it, because I seen a video, pretty much the way it looked to me is he didn't even know that person or people was in that party, and once he saw them, it pretty much was no time for him to pretty much react to make a next move at the end of the day. So once they saw him and he seen them, it ended up being what happened. So that's all I can really say for sure right now, what I seen from a video from that party. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, you gotta have somebody that you completely trust to go scope a location out, whether it be a party or a gathering of some sort and all that stuff, and let you know what's going on and who all up in there that you know might be cool or not be cool with you. Simple.
You know, security, you can move out of town, nobody knows, you're really just moving low key. But if you're still on the block, man, and everyone has you in gossip all over town, bro, from every side of town you got a body, man, bro, of course. So Melly was like, you know, he was nervous already, man. And of course, like the people that were looking at these videos that were searching up his name, man, searching up to see how much more information they can get on his profile, man, with nothing other but other hitters, man, his ops, nothing but gangsters from around the city, man, that were really into that type of stuff. There was no white kids in the suburbs. There was no white girls out there, and you know, in the hills in California searching 051 Melly's new rap song, 051 Melly new music video, 051 Melly's new diamond chain he bought from Johnny Dang in Houston. Like, nah, man. The people that were searching them out were real, you know, they were really into that too. They're out in the field. They want to know what's up with their ops. They want to see what kind of, you know, opposition they're going against. And so, like, a lot of people started thinking, you know, that when he passed away, that he was set up, that he was backdoored by all, you know, higher ranked people like, you know, OTF Bezu, Lil Durk, you know, that FBG Durk, you know, because that live that he went on with Bezu, when they...
Have you ever wondered what a family-friendly supercar would sound like?
They spoke on live for like a good hour. That's actually what I think, you know, took Melly's name. And, you know, a lot of people discovered him even more because of that live, bro. Like, you know, like, he didn't have to be a rapper. He didn't have to have already thousands of money or thousands of followers for people to watch this live and for his name to ring bells, bro. Like, in Chirac, man, you a hitter, man, and you go on the internet and you go, you know, pretty much troll, or, you know, you call out someone that is famous, like Lil Durk or FBG Doug or something, like, your name is gonna, it's gonna ring bells, bro, in the city, man, and in the internet, bro. You know, and if you got a good credit in the streets like 051 Melly did, then the fans are gonna, you know, they're gonna be more interested about what other things you're gonna leak out, bro. What other things is he doing, man? He's coming now, he's dissing OTF, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what happened with Melly. So that was the thing with 051 Melly, man. He fell in love with the clout, man. Like, after that live with Bezu went up, for real, 051 Melly, you know, he really, really liked how he started getting a big following, man. Not only that, but his credit started going up there. People were scared of him now because he was actually calling out the big dog. He was calling out OTF members. Like, he was really under their skin. You know what I mean? Like, and I think 051 Melly, like, he kind of liked that clout that was coming towards his name. He liked that credit that was coming towards his name. And after that live went off, man, that's when you started seeing him going on the internet a lot more, man. He started popping up on his own lives, you know. He started, you know, trying to request other ops to join their lives. He started doing all types of stuff with Mobile Chrome, taking pictures at parties and all that, man. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of people were saying, you know, that OTF had something to do with 051 Young Melly, because you know, they were linking him to OTF Chino's last day. They said, you know, 051 Melly did that hit. They were linking him to another OTF member. Of course, we know 051.
Hold on, y'all. The screen record got messed up, so I just started back. But pretty much what I'm hearing is pretty much he was getting linked to a lot of bodies and a lot of situations that was going on with people that was getting killed in OTF and stuff like that, and other parts of the city and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, the way I look at it is he basically should avoid stuff like parties and stuff, because you never know who gonna be there and stuff. And then on top of that, if you got bodies like people been saying from all over the city, then you pretty much got beef with a whole lot of people, not just one side. You got hella sides that you pretty much into it with and stuff like that. And I know, like I said, people want to be tough and all that, go to the where they want to go and stuff like that. But at the same time, you got to be smart about where you're going and stuff. I know, yeah, the party and stuff, obviously you going there for females or whatever. You going with your best drip and all that stuff, and your guys and stuff to have fun and all that. But at the same time, when you got stuff like this going on, you really can't be even trying to think about having fun or trying to get females and shit. Like, you gotta pretty much do that on your own time at the end of the day. Like, going to a party, like I said, that's basically a big risk of doing if you in the streets and stuff, because you might have your ops there, and you never know what kind of situation you might walk yourself into and stuff like that. But like I said, I know some people really about that life, and people that want to be known as the tough person or whatever the case is. But at the same time, you gotta think smart, man, because at the end of the day, if somebody gonna shoot you, they gonna shoot you. It don't matter who you is and stuff like that, and what kind of weight your name has and stuff like that. Because as all they looking at as, I got a chance to basically put an end to somebody that's a problem for us at the end of the day. So they'll think about the consequences later on after that. As long as they get you out the way, then they'll start thinking about whatever else happens after that. So yeah, man, he definitely should have never went to that party. I feel like he should have just, if anything, had his own thing going on with his guys and stuff, and then whoever slide like that. Pretty much at the end of the day, they can basically control who shows up at the party and who able to get in and stuff like that at the end of the day. So that way, everybody in that group would have been protected, and nothing basically would have had a 90% chance of not happening. So yeah, it is what it is, though. But that's pretty much what I'm getting from this video right now and stuff, and what happened. But let's continue on. It's only about pretty much 4.5 minutes left, 3.5 minutes.
I put work in to take LA Capone out, and then 051 Melly starts going on the internet and trolling and taunting on Bezu and Lil Durk, and he starts clicking over mobile Crump, and then, like, word around Chirac was like, 051 Melly was kind of like the type of a tough guy, like mobile Crump, like, they're in the neighborhood. Of course, he had love from his gang members, bro, from his brothers and shit. But, like, other people, that are just from other sets that are kind of clicked up with 051. But, like, 051 Melly, they say that he was kind of like a bully, man, like, around the hood. Of course, he still had love, man, from Driller, from his brother Wu, from all the main hitters, from 051. But a lot of people didn't really trust him. A lot of people thought he would, take advantage because he knew he had that credibility in the streets, and they knew that he was the grave digger.
With Kajabi, it's easy to take the knowledge you already have and turn it into a profitable online course. Check.
And that's what kind of led into the problems that 051 Melly started picking up in other neighborhoods. I feel like STL, Tyquan World, EBT, Jaro, they were the ones that were like, yo, like, this guy comes around here all tough, and, and according to, some people saying the reason why 051 Melly was a target that night at the party was because he had problems with different neighborhoods, because he thought he was too big. He thought he was too much of a beast. Everyone else was smaller. Everyone else was afraid of him. This is where Nate 007 comes in, 051 Melly went and had some issues with this guy for a long time, for a while. And, 051 Melly supposedly did a drive-by on Nate's house, bro, where his baby mama and his baby were staying at. And 051 Melly thought he could just, keep just walking around, different other hoods. He just liked the popularity that the internet was making him seem, man. Like, that is what took 051 Melly down, man. He found up with the popularity of his name, with the credit that everyone was giving him. And when your head is that high, of course, it's easy to get backdoored by the sneaky, the sneaky people because you're too into yourself. You think everyone loves you. You think, you know. And unfortunately, man, 051 Melly was backdoored at that party that night for the reason of him letting his guard down, loving the clout, loving the popularity. Rest in peace to 051 Melly, man. Wow.
So pretty much, to sum it all up, the way he was saying it, like I said, I don't know everything to be 100% truth and facts in this video, but it sounds like he was doing his research and stuff like that to make this video, obviously. But and plus the likes is basically way bigger than the dislikes, so there's gonna be a lot of people with their opinions on this stuff. So from this one comment I'm seeing, somebody said can't backdoor somebody who was warned not to go. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't even remember if the dude himself said that in this video, that he was warned not to go, but he went anyway. But pretty much at the end of the day, man, it's basically what I was saying earlier. If you know you got problems with all these different groups of people or whatever the case is, no matter how many people you beefing with, you going to a party is a risk. Because if you know your name is getting hot in the streets and stuff for actually killing people or whatever the case is, then you definitely should be thinking about all the possible factors of going to a party. Yeah, you might have hella people that love you and rock with you and stuff like that. But like I said, at the end of the day, your ops, they don't care about nothing going on with your name, having recognition with other groups of people that's known to have problems with whoever and stuff and have bodies tied to their group's name and stuff like that. As long as they see you at that moment in time and they see you right in front of them, all they thinking is about is taking your life and then thinking about what's to happen after all of that. They not even worried about that stuff at that moment. They just worried about taking you out in that moment, since you basically right in front of their face. Because from what I'm seeing, he pretty much was on internet doing a lot of talking and stuff like that, and people from other groups didn't like what all he was saying and how he was saying stuff and all that. And plus on top of that, people putting bodies to his name and stuff, nicknaming him the grave digger and stuff like that. So pretty much at the end of the day, like I said, he went to a party that he probably shouldn't have really at all went to at all at that point. Because you got problems with a lot of people, not just one side. You got hella sides from what I'm hearing, and different sets from across the city as a whole and stuff like that. So you never know exactly who might be there. Shoot, for all he know, it could have been a house full of ops at that party. It could have been a whole bunch of ops, not from just one side, probably from multiple sides and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, pretty much got put in a bad situation going to that party and stuff. Like I said, I felt like he should have had him and his guys' own thing going on and keep it that way so they can control 90% of the possibility of what's not to happen. So other than that, man, that's all we know pretty much. He went to a party, ran into an op, and they took that chance, and ultimately he unfortunately lost his life and stuff like that. So like I said, man, no matter who you is, if you in the streets and stuff and you know your name got bodies attached to it and stuff, you definitely got to move a certain way to make sure you stay alive day to day and stuff like that, and make sure you got people around you that you could actually trust and have them ahead of time before you even step in a party of that type of thing. Walk through and see who all up in there, and then come back and tell you, all right, I seen such and such, and yeah, at the end of the day, it's pretty much like a no-go type of situation at that point. So he should have had something like that going on, had one of his guys go do that for him. But it is what it is, man. That's pretty much all I got to say on the situation. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new. Y'all know we on the grind of 5K, man. Don't forget to tell your friends and family as well, so that can also hopefully bring them in as supporters to the channel and become part of the 5K grind. But other than that, man, that's the end of this video, and I'm gonna see y'all later on with more videos. Peace.